Okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can see.
All right, so this is my command prompt. Now, there are two ways you can open it. Normally, the easiest way is just to search for it here. I don't know why my search is not working. Down here, just type command prompt and it should bring it up, but apparently mine is not working. I don't know. So I've pinned it to my stats menu anyway. Let me open it. So I've pinned it to my stats menu. It's not important. This. All right. So this is I'll just pin it here. So my tags bar rather it says start menu. So this is our command prompt. Open this. And then so the first thing you want to do, the way you do ls in Linux, in Windows it's called dir, right? So you know the contents of where your location is. To know your location, this is it up here, right? And it always writes it here as well. All right, so you're in C users, it's as the particular user that is on the system. All right. So dir will list the contents of the directory you're in. That is like I always do for Linux. This one here. I don't need this. Close. How can I close this? All right, like I always do, this is it, our location here. So we have C users voice set. Just the basic commands. Okay, make sure I'm following them. All right. Um, so this is the location. This is C drive users, and this is where we are. So this is the content that is displayed here, right? Now we're here, and then to change directory is also CD. All right. So if I want to, go to use absolute paths and go to a particular location, it's the same way, but in Windows, this is the slash that it uses. Linux uses this one. Windows uses this one, right? So I can do CD C colon, that's my, sorry, the space there, C colon backslash, I don't know that it's back or forward slash, but it's shy slash, always say, and then I want to go to my desktop. So desktop, right? So this is how you navigate, right? You can also do CD C colon slash users slash slash, and then you have documents here, right? because we already know absolute and relative navigation, I want to start with that so that we can use it for every other thing we're doing. Now we have C. You can do CD with relative, go back one step, and then enter the, let's say, downloads, right? And it works well. So you can see your current location from your right side here as well, right? I just learned recently that Who Am I works in Windows, and it gives you the computer name and then the user that is connected on it. The current user uses it, all right? So this is the computer name. So that's
Please, sir. Hello, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, so please, can you maximize your screen? Like, I can barely see it.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. There is a way I can increase the font size. Let's increase it to 20. Okay. All right. Now, so clear your screen. Linux is CLS. Linux is clear. Windows is CLS. All right. CLS means clear screen, right? So Windows would just use clear. So I can type in clear. Sorry, CLS rather. And it has cleared my screen. All right, now let me go to my desktop. Now remember I told you Windows is not case sensitive, but let's follow the normal convention. The users is capital letter, yeah. So I'm in my desktop directory now. If I do dir, there's nothing here, right? These are hidden files. There's nothing here, right? So let's create a directory. So to create a directory is tmkdir and then the name of the directory. All right, so if I do a dir, you can see the tribe there. Okay. So I've created a directory. Let's go into that directory. Tab also helps you autocomplete here as well. So we're in tribe directory. Now, we can, what else can we do? Let me see. Oops. Okay. So we have, where's my Windows? Okay. So we're here now. We've done, who am I? We've done CD, we've done dir for ls, right? Um, so what else? Um, you can use we're in the directory now. Now another thing you can do in Windows, you can call an application, right? So I can do something like this, Notepad, and it will open Notepad for me, right? And then I can start doing what I want to do, right? Um, So if I call notepad, right, when I'm done, I just do file and save, and then it opens this for me, and I can give my file name, right? Let's just call it notes, and go to where you want to save it, and then hit save, and we saved this file, so we can close it, right? If I do a dir inside the try map here, you can now see that we have a directory called notes. All right. Now to call that file, I can also say notepad. Notepad, and then the name of the file, right? And it opens it for me. That's one way of creating a new file, right? Something you can do as well. You can copy. You can copy a file too. All right. You can copy from one location to another. So if I do copy, because I'm already in this location, I can just type the name of the file. So notepad, notes.txt. You copy the file you want to copy, then the location you want to copy it. So that would be C. I'll just put the absolute part, colon. The C should be in capital letter. Slash users slash documents. Hit enter. Oh, it's saying access is denied. I have to open this as admin. So let me close this. I'll just copy this so I don't have to type it again. But why is it saying access is denied? That's weird. Now let me close this. So where's the notepad? Where is the slide dropped here? It's no more here. Did I remove it? Okay, let's open it the other way. So we're going to Windows system and then command prompt. So if I right click on it, I want to open it as admin. Okay, so under more, you run as administrator, right? Just choose yes here. When you run as admin, you can see the location it takes you to, see Windows System 32. So I can go back to CD. That's voice. Yeah. All right, so DR, we have this here. So we can do our copy command. I copied it. Okay, so this is our copy command. All right, now that's copied. You need to the admin, so you call the admin privileges to carry out certain tasks. So that's why I opened the command prompt in administrator mode. You can see it's writing administrator up here. The previous one I opened was just a normal. All right, now it has copied it. To show that it copied it, if I do a dir, oh, sorry, I have to go to that location first. So cd. This directory does not exist though. There's a typo here. Hold on. That's why I didn't copy before. So it needs me oh. Sorry. This is that command I copied initially. It's not, there's a typo there. So this is the right location. Or it's slash documents, right? Yeah. So this is it. Yeah, it has copied now. So there was a typo in this last command. There's no part like this. So we have this file copied. It was copied from here. So this location. All right. Now, if I do a dir again, to rename a file, you use the command ren. All right. So I want to rename this file notes.txt. Let me rename it to what's it called? So I'm going to rename notes.txt. So what should I rename it to? Journal.txt. All right. Hit enter. If I do a dir, you can see the name has changed now to journal.txt from notes.txt. So that's the copy, that's the rename command. To delete a file, there are two ways. You can do del for delete and then the name of the file, or you can do erase and then the name of the file. Both works. All right. So let me delete this file. All right. Okay. Another thing you can do as well, you can do edit journal.txt, and then edit is not recognized. Okay, so edit is deprecated. You used to be able to use edit before. I know newer versions of command prompt, it has removed that. All right. Edit normally will start a text editor like Notepad as well, and then let you edit the content. So it's the same thing as just calling Notepad and then the name of the file. Now for delete, let me create another file and then delete it.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
When calling an application from the terminal, the app as the application you're calling, must it be the default app for, let's say, for text editor?
It doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but the app you are calling must be in your path, must be stored in your path. There's a environment variable called paths. It must be stored there, but most times when you're installing applications, it automatically stores those apps in your path. So instead of calling the path to the app, once you call the app name, the path reads it out and calls it. So you can use internal applications like WordPad. I've never tried Microsoft Word before, but it could work as well. And then all those text editors for programmers like Sublime and the rest, when you install them, VS Code as well, and you can call it that way as well. As long as the application is installed on your system, then it works. All right, so let me create this file. Let's just call it the dead file. I don't need to put anything in it. So I'll just save it. Save. Then give it a name. Let's just call it bat.txt. All right. So saved it. Anytime to type dir, my fingers already go to ls. Okay, so we have it here. Now you can use the delete command to delete this file. So you have del and then the name of the file. And it should be deleted. All right. You can see it's no more here. So that's for delete. Which other one? We've done copy. You can also move. So you can move. You can move a file from one direction to the other. So let's move. Let's go to the. Let's go to the. So to move, you use the move and then the name of the directory. But okay, I want to go to my documents. See, so it's there, /documents. All right, so if I do dir, so let me move this file, notes.txt. All right, so move, what's the name of the file? Okay, no, notes.txt. And then we're moving it to, we're moving it to a new folder. So our Tribabia folder, right? So we have, you can do relative part here too, all right? So slash desktop, or just going to a shortcut. Desktop slash Tribabia, small letter T. Back one step. Okay, so it has been moved. Let's be sure it's in the right position. Okay, this is it here. So it has been moved. Which other thing? Which other command can we use? Can't think of any other command. We've done rename, we've done move, we've done make directory. I think those are the basic ones, right? So you can practice this. There are so many other commands. We'll come back to them, especially for what's it called? User management. But these should be basics for now. You also have the commands to do find. So, the same way you have find in what's it called? In Linux, you have it in Windows like that. Now, another way you can view the content of a file is to remember, I don't have any file here again. Okay, so let's go back to is to use the type command, right? To view the contents of a file. So if I do the arrow now, so let's do type notes.txt. And then you can see, so type is the same like the way you use tags. All right, the way you use tags in what's it called? Linux. All right, while your notepad and this like your nano, but notepad is a standalone application, it's not inline, it's not in the terminal. All right, so basic Windows commands, that's it. Let's see if there's any other one I skipped. Seen any? Okay, so let's talk about PowerShell. Oh, I think okay, sorry, I've skipped on this. Now, we need to talk about the Windows file system first, and then we'll talk about PowerShell. Now, the same way we have what's it called? Linux having its own file structure, its own file system. Windows has its own as well. So what are the Windows, what's the structure of Windows? If you come back to this, I hope this thing is still recording. Sorry, I just need to verify that this stuff is still recording. Okay, still recording. So if you come back to Windows here, let's start from. Okay, so your entry point is your C drive, that's your hard drive, right? Windows calls it, sorry, Linux calls it mount points. Windows calls it C drive, right? So this is your C drive, and it is where your Windows operating system, your files, everything are stored, right? It's your local hard drive. Now, if you open it, you see that it has certain directories for that. Now, you see program files x86. I don't know if it was this class, we're talking about two kinds of systems, right? So we have 64-bit systems and then 32-bit systems. Initially, we were using 32-bit systems, but 64-bit is more versatile. Then its operations is faster as well. And if you're using any laptop, any desktop computer that was manufactured after 2005 2005 or 2006, you are using most likely 64-bit system because it is more advanced and it can carry more load and more processing skill capabilities. Now, your normal 64-bit programs will be stored here, while 32-bit will be stored here. Now, you come to this piece, just right-click on it and new properties, right? For some reason, it takes a long time to for the virtual machines. Let me try it. Okay, that's okay. All right. This is the system specs for this virtual machine. You can see the system type 64-bit operating system, x64 based processor. So it's mainly based on your processor and computing capabilities. Now, all 64-bit systems also can run 32-bit applications. So the 64-bit programs, which are your applications, stored in here, right? You can see their names here. These are the ones that came default Windows. I have not installed any application on the system. All right, so these ones came default with Windows. Now, if I go back, you can see this is for 32-bit applications. So x86 is for 32-bit applications, and these are the ones here with Windows. All right. So also, if you're installing programs, the 64-bit program you're installing by yourself as a user will come in here into these program files, while 32-bit will come into program files x86. Right? Now, the next thing you want to look at is your users folder. This is where users interfaces are dropped. All right. So any user you create on this system have a folder here, and inside that folder, you would have items. So your desktop, this is my desktop environment, GUI representation of it, but it's actually a directory. All right. Your desktop, documents, download. So all files used by a user will be in its user directory. All right. So all the users would fall under the user's directory. So each user will be represented by that user. All right. If I create other users on this system, unless I'm an admin, I will not be able to access their user space. So if I create a user, for example, called Kenneth, I will not be able to access Kenneth unless I use that privileges. All right. So all what we've been doing so far, you can see if I come to desktop here, you can see the driver pattern here, the weights here. Same if I go to documents. Okay, I've deleted all those there. Right. So that's everything here is actually a folder relating to this user. All right. Now we also have, this was created there by just now. We also have, let me just. Okay, so we also have a directory called public. Windows calls these folders, right? Other operating systems call it directory. So we have a folder called public. So anything you want any user that is logged onto the system to have access to, you want to drop it here, public directory. That's subdirectories as well. Documents, just for organization documents, download music and whatever. All right, so anything you drop here, all users that are using the system will be able to access it, right? But the one in your personal space is only that will be able to access it. So I'm going back. Now, your Windows directory is where things are going on under the hood. So whatever is in this directory, Windows uses it for its own operations. Now it has a lot of directories, right? We will not go into one of them, maybe just one or two. All right. You can see a directory here called boot. When the system is putting this here, it picks up relevant puts the content from. All right? The other things here, you see fonts and all that. So, okay, see fonts here, for example. So fonts are the fonts for the system. Then your text editors use them as well. The document editors, like Microsoft Word, the fonts Microsoft Word uses, yeah, taken from here. So if you add more fonts here, if you download more fonts here, you can see them. There are so many. I'm sure we all know Calibri and area. These are one of the popular ones. There are many of them here, right? So you can also add more fonts. You can download more and to come to this directory. Now back to Windows. I said I won't talk about so many of them, but we also have the system 32 directory. Now, this system 32 directory has been the name of this directory since the I don't know about older Windows system, but I know at least from Windows XP, right? And Windows 2002 had system 32, right? So it was called system 32 because then operating systems were running only 32-bit applications, right? But now, because of the structure of the way Windows is being used, they don't want to change the name because a lot of directories are already there. When they are bringing out a new Windows operating system, you already have items here that will be working with that operating system. So they just leave it the way it is, all right? So the directory is called System 32, but it runs both for your 64-bit operations, right? So you have all these inside. These are critical Windows files and executables that it needs to run or it needs for its processes. All right. You wouldn't want to mess with any of these. If you delete just one here, your system will not function well again. It won't crash. If you delete just one file here. All right. That's for system 32. Now, the main thing we want to talk about here is access to this directory. All right. This directory is something that if it's not a local system, of course, your servers will also have your system 32 directory. But if it's not a local system, you don't want necessary access here. I'll put it that only admin should be able to access this directory, right? Because a normal front-end user has no reason to be messing up with stuff here. Okay. So that's the directory structure. Another thing we need to know here is Windows has a feature called control panel, right? So your control panel is like similar to your etc directory now. Linux. It's actually a GUI interface, so you can call it from here. Control panel, but this thing keeps on crashing. Keeps on crashing. Let's open it. So it's also on the system, and this is it here. So I'll just right click and pin to start. All right, so this is it. Let's open it. Now your control panel is where you used to do configurations, to put settings, all right? It comes in different views. I prefer, if this is sorted by category, but I prefer it in large icons. So I just see everything here, right? You can pick up what you want to do. Windows has a firewall, but the weak firewall is not so strong. So most people don't use it, right? Your programs and features let you see applications that have been installed. Like I said, this is a new installation of Windows. Nothing has been added here. That's why I just installed. every other thing comes with the Windows operating system. All right, let's go back. So it's mainly for configuration. You can configure your mouse. These are the fonts, right? So this connects with that fonts directory in System32. You can see the same content, right? So just settings, power options, you can set your keyboard, set different settings here, your date and time. You can also encrypt your drive. Now, I advise people to do this because BitLocker comes with Windows, right? It's a very good drive encryption tool. It can encrypt your hard drive, even encrypt external devices like your flash drive and all that. Now, when you encrypt all those things, right, the contents are encrypted. So, assuming someone steals your, let's say you encrypt your flash drive, right, or an external hard drive, assuming it's stolen by someone, then the person tries to use it without the decryption key, he can't access it. All right, to ask him for a password, that is, without it, he can't access the content of that file. So even though your external drive, so even though your external hard drive is stolen, things that are stored on it are still safe. Administrative tools. Now, this is mainly for a Windows admin person, but it's good that we learn certain things in here. So, for example, we have what we call services. Services, okay. So we have services here. These are background services running on your system. It's more important in your server anyway, but you can see them running. You can start or stop any service. So for example, if I have like a database in my SQL database running here, I can easily come here to start it or to stop it. Then sometimes you may need to stop some services when you want to do some maintenance or some backups. All right. So you can only start or stop any service. And then sometimes you might also have some services or some processes causing system lag, right, or slow system. We can just come here after tracking it down and then stopping that service and everything from the system, right? That's for the services. You can see system configuration here. There are different tasks under administrative tools. There are different things you can do here, right? But we're looking more at the security. All right. There are different kinds of attack that can come into your operating system, Windows operating system, that you may need to come in here to check. All right. You can see recovery. You can use this to also to recover backups. All right. So another thing you can do here, if I right click on this, on the tax bar, you can see your tax manager. I'll just keep my tax manager on. So it's like a quick glance of what's going on within your Windows operating system. So you're seeing what's running on the background. So let me do more details. Now you see processes that are running. You see the amount of resources they are using, CPU, memory, disk, network, and all that, right? These are running in your background. These are running at the front, all right? Sometimes you may have an issue where you have too much memory, and then your system is slowing down. All you have to do is just to find out which one is using the most memory, right? So which one is draining, then close it. This is the highest running one, but this is not something you should close because it's your anti-malware, all right? But sometimes some applications tend to use too much space, right? Memory space. And then sometimes it's also because of an attack. So attackers might have taken over your system and they're using it to carry out activities underground. This is the only way you can find out what's going on. All right. You have these also in your performance. This is not how it's supposed to. Oh, that closes. So I'll do the performance again. Okay, so your performance is similar to what is going on here. This is more detailed. Your performance just groups everything up, put it on the graph. And then you can always look at it, see spikes, and know what's going on, what's causing the spikes and all that. So this is everything at a glance. Your memory usage, your CPU usage, your hard disk, your network. I'm not connected to the internet right now, so it's not showing anything for network usage. Startup applications that run when your system boots, all right? If you don't need them, you can stop it here. So for example, this is my virtual machine. I don't need OneDrive, so I can just disable it. All right, so it's only run OneDrive. Startup. Anytime I need it, I can call it myself and use it. Right? Users and current users logged onto this system and their resource usage. Right? Details is for running processes. All right. Details about running processes. I can always key the process, right? There's a way you can do it on one line. Run command task key, then puts the process ID, right? The same way you do on Linux, right? Linux is called queue, but Windows they call it task queue, and then you just put the process ID and queue that task, right? Now remember the services we went to just now. We have it here as well. So you can also start and stop services here as well. And these are stopped services, so they're not running right now. And this one's show you running. They're running right now. You can sort by this running now. You can sort by any column, right? Then do what you need to. Right? If you want to sort in alphabetical order, sort. Okay. Sort it in alphabetical order, send it to the same. So any running service, you can only just right click on it and then stop. All right, you can restart a service, you can start a stopped service. So any questions so far? Do we have any question?
No, for now, sir.
All right, now for environment variables, I will just run through this briefly. So the question you were asking, someone asked about running applications, calling it from the command prompt. You can set some applications to run from the command prompt from the environment variables. We have what we call the path variables on that, and it helps you. It helps you run the command once you call it. So an environment variable is like a shortcut, right? So instead of going through a long process of calling an application or running a command, you can tie it to a shortcut. So once you call that environment variable, which may just be one word, it runs the corresponding item that you match to it. Okay, so let's see. Let's see the environment variable. So for, where's my, oh, sorry, this thing muted me, I didn't know. I'll just close this. Tired of this. Without being able to use this shortcut is quite annoying. So what's the quickest way to get to my environment variable? I think it's through File Explorer. See properties. Now, if you right click on this PC and properties, it will show you basic information about your system, right? The system protection and advanced system settings. Let's check advanced system settings. Yeah, advanced system settings. And then you can see environment variables here. All right, so these are environment variables. There are two types. You can see system variables. So if you are an admin, you can add system variables here. These ones are for Windows have already created all these ones. System variables are used by the Windows operating system. So if you add yours here, any user on this system can call it. But if you use user variables, you can see it up here. User variables for itself. This is for only this user. All right. Any other user cannot access it. But if I put a variable here, every user on this system will be able to access it. But after you have that admin privilege to put it here. All right. So this is the part variable I was talking about. You see that there are some things in it. For the system, there are different parts here. Okay, like this one is the one that comes up when you do admin, when you log open command prompt as an admin. There are some of them as well. There are others as well. All right, see they are separated with semicolon. Now, for the environment variable, okay, let me add to a system variable. So there are a whole lot of them. Let me add a fresh one. I want to add, why is add not showing? Let me add it on the voice there. So the variable name, let me call my variable name desktop parts. I just want to do a simple variable. Just use it. All right, and then the value. So I can call it this. Now there's a way you write environment variables, right? I'll just call it user profile. So I'm calling this user profile and then slash desktop. So once I call this, it takes me to my desktop. Once I call this environment variable, it takes me to my desktop. All right. Okay. So you can see it has saved the name as desktop parts. All right. And it has, oh, I used the wrong slash. So let's use the right slash. All right. So it's fine now. You can see that the path will take me to my desktop. Now I called this, right? This user profile. So this is the user profile, C users/use. All right. There are other variables you can call as well. So I'll just save this. Did I close that? Let me open the comment. So I'll open the comment front. Now to call that variable, I will just do, wait, is this time on this system correct? Oh, it's not correct. I'll just do CD and I'll call the environment variable. This is how you call it. You have to call it in double percentage sign. So desktop facts. This is a very simple environment variable. And I hit enter, you see it has changed my location to my desktop. All right, this is where it was before. And now this is where it is after I called the environment variable. All right. Sometimes too, you can call an environment variable called parts, and it lists out the different parts. So for example, there's an environment variable called PowerShell, right? This is the part to it. I can just call PowerShell and to open it. There's another one called OpenSSH, right? So if I say, for example, OpenSSH, the SSH is capital letter, OpenSSH, and hit enter. It's not recognized. That means it's there's a part to it, but it's still not recognized. There's a part to it. Maybe I'm not calling it well. Let's check. But these are all the applications stored in the parts. That close the environment very good person. This is the TNF. So why is it not calling it? This is for PowerShell. But for some reason, it's not calling this application. Find out later, but we have to move on for now. I'll check this out and post it on the spot. All right, so that's for environment variables. Something we should know here is that part of the audits we do on systems is checking the environment variables. All right, there are ways hackers can put variables here, especially under the system variables, right? To get easy access to certain items. All right, so you want to check here and make sure that there's no variable here that is acting weird. Now, by me looking at it, I know the variables that come with the system, right? I know all of them just by looking at it. No, I may not know the contents, but I know all the variables that comes with Windows 10, Windows 11 operating system, both as for user variables and system variables, the default ones. So if you're adding anyone, I would notice that this one is not. For example, I know there's a desktop part for users, right? So I would always want to check what the content is and what it's about. Double click. Sometimes you can also delete it as well. All right. So you click on it and click it, you deleted it. That's fine. That's gone. All right. If I call that variable now, it will run again. Okay. So let's move on. Now, PowerShell. Now, you see, we've been working with command prompts. There is also an application that comes with Windows called PowerShell. Let me just minimize this one. Yes, I'll immediately. There's an application that comes with Windows called PowerShell. PowerShell is also a command line tool, but it also has scripting capabilities as well. So it is more powerful than command prompts. My search here is not working. Normally, I just type what the application I want to run, open it from here, but I don't know why mine is not working. But yours should be working there. So to go to PowerShell, still under Windows system. It's in Windows system. It's not Windows system. It's Windows Administrative Tools. SP. Not seeing it here. Okay, it's a standalone application. So we have it here, Windows PowerShell. All right, so this is PowerShell. This is the bit version of it. We'll come back to PowerShell ISC. All right, so just open PowerShell, and this is the interface. Let me see if I can increase the size again. Font size. So it's in. All right, so this is PowerShell. Now, now PowerShell is a tool that comes with all Windows operating system. At least the Windows operating system I know, when I tell you all Windows operating system, the ones I know is from XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows. No, after XP, we had Vista. That one didn't do well at all. Then Windows 7, Windows 8 didn't do well at all. It had a lot of issues. And then Windows 10, now Windows 11, and I think Windows 12 is out. Correct. I don't know. But normally in the enterprise environments, we don't normally use brand new operating systems. We wait for some years, let people try it out, let them see the bugs and everything, fix it, bring out security updates, bring out service packs and all that before they switch. So that was why you see that a lot of our organizations never used Windows 8 because it had issues right from the beginning. Same also with Windows Vista. All right. Windows 8 had a lot of issues. So you had people move from Windows 7 to Windows 10, right? People also moved from Windows XP to Windows 7 in the enterprise. But for your personal systems, you will see that it's okay. Some people have Windows 8 and Windows XP. All right, so let's see. Now, PowerShell is not owned by Microsoft, right? So it's not a Microsoft-owned application. It's actually open source. It's free, right? So you can install it on any operating system, right? PowerShell, it's it's open source, so the backend code, you can see it on apps like on platforms like GitHub and all that, right? Having said that, a lot of people believe it's Microsoft owned. It's not. I think it also comes with it comes pre-boxed with what's the name of this operating system? Apple, the Mac operating system, right? Or the Apple operating system. I don't know what it's called. I've never really used it. So now PowerShell, the way it works, the commands, it has its own commands. So the commands are specific. It's like it has a way it's used. So you have two, it's like compound words, right? So I can have something like let's say get. In short, this is the right way to type it. Get, but you know, Windows is not case sensitive. Get child item, right? It uses a verb with a noun with dash in between, so it's like a compound word, right? I'm supposed to capital letter. So it's like a compound word. So the verb is get, you have sets, they're just pure naming. So if I say get child item, it's the same thing as dir or ls. All right. So in my directory here, I do get child item. You can see it lists the items directory for me, right? Another thing you can do is say set location. Set location is cd. All right. Same thing as cd, change directory. cd is seed slash users slash say slash desktop slash driver, yeah, right? And that's taking me to that location. Now, the way PowerShell works too, something very great and peculiar about it is the fact that on this same platform, you can use both Linux and command prompt commands, Windows commands, and minus using the PowerShell commands, because PowerShell has its own command structure, minus using it, you can also use Linux and Windows. So, for example, if I do ls, it gives me an answer. If I do dir, it gives me an answer. This get child item, like you saw, it gives me an answer. If I do pw, it gives me, right? That is a Linux command. So any Linux command, it accepts it. Windows accepts it. Its own normal PowerShell, it accepts it. All right. If you want to create a file or a directory, you do new item, right? New item, and then the name of the file you want to create, and it creates it for you. All right. So copy, it's copy item. So you can see the way it is. Copy item, the file you want to copy or the direction you want to copy, and then the location you want to paste it to. All right. We'll not go too much into PowerShell commands. Please, you can learn that on your own, but it's good you learn it anyway. Because PowerShell is more powerful than command prompts, right? It also allows scripts. So to delete an item, you use remove item, right? Remove item. Now, the main reason why we will not go too much into PowerShell commands is because if you are good in Linux commands, just open PowerShell and do what you need to do. In the Windows environment, you are fine. you've done, like you've achieved what you need to achieve. If you are good in your normal Windows commands, that command prompt commands, open PowerShell, you are fine. Same thing, if you are good in PowerShell commands, you are also fine. So to delete, use remove item. You can also get processes, stop processes, like your processes are these. Task manager, right? So these are your processes, all right? So all you need is the process ID, and then you get the process that you can stop it, right? So now another thing is this PowerShell is also very strong hands. Remember I said it comes pre-boxed with Windows. Now imagine you're a front-end user, maybe you're a customer service operative in a where can you be? Okay, maybe you're a receptionist or something in a law firm, okay? And then you have access to PowerPoint. Remember, I said PowerPoint, PowerShell. Remember, it's on all Windows machine. Now, the security feature you need to do is to disable PowerShell for all users that are not admin. All right, there's a way you can do it, and I will show us that. You can disable PowerShell, and then because any user can come here and use PowerShell to run scripts, it's not really codes, but it's very close to code. So it's very close to coding. All right, so it's actually object oriented and write code. It's PowerShell. Now, something you can do here, you can use it to even remove what's it called? Remove applications that you're not using as well. All right. So for example, which application is totally useless in Windows right now? Skype. Nobody uses Skype anymore. So to remove Skype, you have let me just run a very simple script. All right. So let's do get what the name of this app X. I think this X is capital letter. No, small letter app X package. So this is to get a package from the system. All right. Now you have to give it the package name. So you have to put it in quotes. Now the way this app-x package works, the way you see program names on Windows is not actually the way the operating system sees it. There's a unique way it sees them, right? But the name you call that package is also part of its unique name system, but it's longer. So Skype might be Microsoft Skype 1 2 1 2 1 2. Like it's a long name process. So let's remove Skype. So Skype, you can use wildcard. So let me just use wildcard. Okay? And then Skype. Yes, should come. But it doesn't really matter because it's not really case sensitive, I think. So Skype, and then I put this wildcard because anything can be after it and also anything can be before it. Now, I'm going to pipe this. I want to remember our piping. So when it gets any package that looks like this name, I want it to delete it. Now, to delete it, we use remove. Remove X package. There are other ways of doing this. So it's not, there's always multiple ways of doing anything on systems. All right. And then if I run this, it should install Skype. But before I run it, let me make sure Skype is on the system. SKY. It's breaking. So this is it here, right? We have Skype here. There used to be a time Skype was already application, but what's the name of these guys? Zoom and the rest have kicked them out of the market. Zoom, Slack, kick them totally out of the market. So if I run this app, this script, it should delete any program with Skype in the name. All right, you can see what's going on up here. Yeah, so this is the name of the app. You see how long it is. Microsoft.Skype app. That's for blah, 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 blah. But if we have this Skyping. All right, so it has run it. It has deleted it. So if I come back here, I should not be able to see Skype. But even if I see it, the app should not work. Yep. So you know what here, right? So it has uninstalled it. Okay. You can use PowerShell to do a whole lot of things. It's very versatile. You can even use it to connect to what's it called now, the cloud, and do your cloud operations. Use it for a lot of things. You add tasks connected like that. It's something that we should learn. It's a good skill to learn, like PowerShell usage, right? But even if you don't know PowerShell, you can still survive in what's it called? In cybersecurity, all right? But it's added advantage. So let me see my. Okay. Now PowerShell is more powerful than your command prompts. It does a whole lot more than your command prompts. So let's look at PowerShell. Okay. Now PowerShell also is an extended package of PowerShell. Like it's called PowerShell ISC. So if I go back to my PowerShell here, right? You see that we have PowerShell ISC. So if I call it out, just hold on, let it load. Loading. All right, so this is our PowerShell ISC. You can see it's like PowerShell itself, but it has some icons you can use up here. There's something supposed to load at the side here. Aha, this is it. Now, a difference between or an extended feature of PowerShell ISC that PowerShell doesn't have is the fact that if you are not sure the package, the commands to use, PowerShell ISC lists them up all here, right? you can start a search from up here, from the name, if you want. So for example, I can go to sets, and you see everything is filtered to start with sets, and then I can do location, and it picks it. Once I click on it, it explains what it does. All right. It explains what it does. I can pick it and use. I have something covering my screen here. So this is it. So if you're not sure of your commands, and new users as well, PowerShell ISC is quite good for them. You can easily find commands to use. I've forgotten the name and all that. All right. I can also search for anything at all. Anything at all. So if I do get, for example, get process and select it. So you can start typing here and it would pick it. There's only a way you can set it from here. Just pick it from here and it would, okay, if you click on it here and then insert, it will pick it to your command place and then you start doing what you need to do. All right. So it's better to use this, especially if you are learning. It has icons that you can use up here too. I'm not a fan of using icons, but this is to run your script. No, it's not to run in a separate window. Okay. Oh, sorry, this play, if you write any script or any command, this will be to run it, right? Remember I said it uses script, so you can use programming experience, like you can set objects, use your where clause, you can do iterations. For those with programming knowledge, it's great for them as well. All right. You can see the app X I used just now. I know this get process because AppX doesn't work with get process. You can see I use this remove AppX package and I use get AppX package. All right. There are other ways of removing the application I did just now. I can do get AppX package and then use, let's see. So get AppX package, insert, and then the app name. So I'll do it like this, the same way I did it before. No, I don't need to do that. So I can do get AppX package and pipe it and then run this command, select name. So this is like using SQL query. Then we run this command, package name. Right, and then we add where plus. So where package full name. Like, and then I now do this. So this would also run, right? This would also run. So it would get all the packages, to get all the package lists, all the programs on the system and then pick the name of the package where the name contains Skype in it. Then I can pipe it again and do the remove package. Anyone, but that's a long process, right? There are shorter ways of getting things done. So PowerShell ISC does the same thing PowerShell does, but in a better environment. Like it assists you, gives you tips and all that. All right. Do we have any question? You can mess around with PowerShell on your virtual machine, right? You can mess around with PowerShell on your virtual machine, but don't do it on your local system. Now, our command line, we have, I promised to finish this class in just 2 hours because I think we should stop here. And I'm stopping also because this class is going very silent on me. Guys, are we understanding what we are doing? Hello?
The network has been very bad on my side, so I wasn't following through.
Okay, yeah, I noticed you were coming in and going out even before the class started. So I noticed about your network. Sorry about that. Oluebube, what did you say? Someone said something. I thought it was Oluebube.
I think I've been following.
You are following?
Yes, you asked if we could understand you. I said yes.
Okay. So please practice your commands. We're learning a lot of things. So you need to continue practicing. That's why you have your virtual machines. So on your free time, practice, practice, practice. Learn new commands too. So it's not just only what I'm, showing you right now. You have to learn new commands. Although you learn new commands based on different situations, all right? If you're in a situation where you need to use a command and you don't have an idea about it, of course, you learn new commands. There was something I didn't do. Who is there? Where's my virtual machine? So there was something I didn't do for our command line. And that's help. All right. In command line, just type help. Honestly, I've not used it in a while. Cheers. Thanks. So help will give you a list of all the commands, right? All the commands you need to know. But if you want a particular one, let's say, oops. Okay, so let's say NKDR, right? Normally, this is the right way. It should be in capital letter anyway. Windows will leave you alone if you don't do the right thing. And if you do /h, /help. No, not /help, /? It gives you the help file. All right, so this /? means help. In Windows, the same way you have in Linux, where you have commands having options, right, and arguments, where you use something like dash L dash arrow and all the stuff, right? In Windows is this slash, not this one, but this one, right? Sorry, I think both of them work. Let's try the other one. So you can see in Windows, you can see something like this, /A, then slash question mark means help. This is the wrong one. So it's this other slash that you have to use. All right, this one. You know, when you're doing your file paths, is this one you use, right? But for your options is the other one. Sorry, I don't know the difference between the two. I don't know which is back. Is it backslash and forward slash? I don't know which is which. I just know which to use. Like, that has been my problem since step 1. You can't run away from your slashes, but I don't really know which is which. All right, so if you type name of a command with slash question mark, that means you're asking for the help file, and to give you different options you can use with it. All right, for PowerShell, it's I'm trying to. What's the one for PowerShell again? Is get command. Is get command. All right. So no, get command will list all commands. So if I do get command, so it's like the way I did for the way I did for command prompt. So it will list all the commands. PowerShell has a lot of commands, a whole lot of commands. Like you can use it to do and undo. You can see how plenty there. You don't need to know everything, no. Just know what you need to know to do what you need to do. It's still loading, it's still opening. All right, so this is for PowerShell, right? Now, to get the help on a particular command is get help. All right, so if I type get help, you use get help first before the name of the command. All right, so let's say get help. Which command can I use now? This command is not correct though. I didn't type, there's a typo here. Oh. So get help, get child item. You can see we're used to seeing help and manual. So this is how it is, all right? It explains the syntax, what is it for and all that. All right. So those are way of, understanding better commands, what they do and how to use them. We'll stop here for today. And so our makeup class, please, on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Right? On Wednesday, 8 p.m., please, let's not forget. I'll send a reminder on that Wednesday morning or afternoon. Our project for the week is already up. For this module is already up. We've not covered everything. I think we're left with user management and Active Directory. We'll cover that on Wednesday, and then we can start our next class, our next module. All right, do we have any question before we go?
No, sir.
No question, sir.
All right, guys. Good night. Let's have a nice night, and happy Easter once again.
Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Good night, sir.
Before we go, sorry. Let me take attendance. Sorry, I almost forget to take this attendance. Just a minute, please. Favor, what's happening with your group?
Sir?
What's happening with your group? You are the only one that is attending classes.
Sir, I don't know what's going on. I tried reaching out to Treasure. The last time I spoke with him, he said he was sick. That's the last I've heard of him.
So
And
let's take. You said he said he was ill. It's something
yeah, he
that we
told
need to know as well now. He didn't reach out to. Did he reach out to anybody on the Curate team? Because me, I'm not aware that it's him.
that was last week, Saturday. And then I reached out again, I think on Sunday evening. But till now, he has not replied.
What of Emeka?
Emeka is not in my group, sir. It's just me,
He's
Treasure,
not?
and me.
And Lakshmi.
Yes, sir.
Aha, that Lakshmi is a lady now.
Yeah, the lady.
She doesn't attend classes too.
I don't really know much about her. I don't know why she's not attending. She rarely comes online.
Emeka has attended this class only once. I was supposed to add him to your group, but he never attended again. Anyways, no problem. Guys, I've taken the.
Emeka joined us in Aba because of the distance. He stays in Aba.
Yeah, I know. I know he stays in Aba,
Okay.
and I told him to do his presentation in Aba, but it was to join. It was to join Favor's group.
Okay.
Right? But even right now,
Yes.
I don't understand. I don't really understand because right as it stands, Favor seems to be the only active person in our group. Right? So I don't really know. I don't really know. No problem. Guys, I've taken the attendance. We can sign out now. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you on Wednesday. All right, Favor, I got your project. I'm going to send us, sorry, before we leave, I'm going to send us, I have a template for policies, right? I have a template for, a standard template for policies. I'm going to send us that. The only issue I had a little bit of issue with your project for Favor, the policies were not complete. right? That's one. Number two, the content was too, I don't know what's the word to use now. They were too brief anyway. Like the content was not, did not cover everything that it needed to cover, right? So look at that again, and then brush up on your policies, right? Just pick up any policy and write any. And also for all of us as well. So policy is not just about only creating policies. You could also be reviewing policies. So especially if you are doing consulting, an organization can give you their information security policy and tell you, please review this, tell us what we need. Is there anything we need to do to improve on it and all that? And then your job is to look at it and give them suggestions on what can be added to that policy or what can be removed as well, right? I've done some policy reviews in the past, and then one thing I've noticed is that so many organizations have policies, they are following it, but they are not really reviewing it, all right? And then, things are changing, right? For example, AI is a thing now, right? You need to integrate it somehow into your policies. So what is your AI usage policy, right? What's your AI compliance policy? These things should be, it should not be, it doesn't necessarily have to be standalone policies, but at least should be mentioned in your information security policy, all right? So we look at all those things, we look at other parts of policies, and then we, improve on it, all right? So I'm going to send us it should be a compressed file. I'll send it on the Discord of a list of policy templates I use. Please don't share it. Please don't share it with anybody. It's just for your personal use and personal consumption. So go through all those policies and see their content, see what they're about as well. They are templates, right? So it's not really addressed to any organization, but there are spaces where you can put the organization name or add or remove items from it. All right, so I'm sending that now. I'll just look for it now and put it on the Discord so we can access it there under the resources channel. All right, good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Yeah.
Please, can I